Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks to everybody who has been liking me, supporting me, sharing me. Um, so this weekend I have decided to switch my video. I was going to do child development, but I have switched it to the 60s scoop because it's something that I feel needs to be discussed. Now, there is a lot of Canadian history out there that I feel has been hidden from society, and or I have been too ignorant in seeking until now. So from the 1960s through to the 1980s, provincial governments had jurisdiction over Indigenous child welfare. Now, these individuals were living under such strict policies, such as the Indian Act, which at this time made it illegal for the Indigenous to practice their religious ceremonies. And this is when they were forced into residential schools. They were not given up. They were taken and forced into these schools, where they suffered extreme physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. Now, did y'all know that the last residential school to close was actually in 1996? So if you think about it, while I was a child enjoying my freedoms, there were other children being completely mistreated because of their culture. How does that sit with you? Because it does not sit well with me. It bothers me, actually, that while I was a child, I didn't have it easy, but the pain that this culture has endured is beyond my mind. I literally can't believe it. Now, many of these individuals were, and don't get me wrong, they still are living in impoverished conditions in our own country. This is where I feel we have failed as a society and as a country. We failed to meet the needs of this culture for so long, ensuring that they would suffer and be at our mercy. Canada, to me, is wearing a mask that shows how nice, caring, and welcoming we are, yet our history shows otherwise. We came to this land with what we call now a westernized perspective, bulldozing through the land, and taking everything and anything that we wanted, with very little regard for the Indigenous population of this land. For years, we completely oppressed this culture from being able to have any normality in their life, to then making our way into the 60s, where all of a sudden, we care about the welfare of these children. To me, I find that a little bit twisted. I also find it irritating that the only welfare that they apparently cared for was children, not realizing what's going on with the family or the parents. So now, because we care so much about these children, we're now going to suit up and come in and take these children, forcefully take these children out of their homes, leaving their heritage and culture in the shadows, not being able to fully understand who they are or where they came from. Man. At that very moment, these children lost all control and their entire identity in one notion. And we shame them today for this, because the effects of intergenerational trauma would start to set in, which is going to affect every single generation after the fact. And with the effects of this trauma, it causes devastating mental health problems and feelings of shame, loneliness, and confusion. Many of these individuals found out about their heritage much later on in life, which caused such inner turmoil and such distress. Although some of the families were very supportive and loving, we all know that home is where the heart is. The one thing that these children would have desired the most, besides being with their own family, would be at least having the opportunity to learn about their culture. which over time would have been completely lost in translation. So, seeing as the government made an apology, I feel like it is now the members of this society to recognize their mistakes and their part in the problem that we have created. This is where I want to recognize my part. My part in making inappropriate and derogatory terms towards these individuals because I didn't take the time to understand and connect with these people. I followed suit and thought at times that the things I was saying were funny because I was with other like-minded people that felt the same way. I am ashamed of my behavior, and I promise to do my best in advocating for the most vulnerable of people, which include the Indigenous communities. I have made a lot of mistakes in my life, but my biggest mistake is ever making somebody feel less than because of my privileges. Many Indigenous people are still trying to become one with their culture and form any type of connection with family. I want people to start acknowledging these events and start shifting their perspectives. Let's be the Canada that we want to be, not politically speaking, but compassionately speaking and taking personal responsibility. Until we own our own mistakes and our own individual part, whether through ignorance, lack of knowledge, or making stereotypical comments towards this culture, we cannot grow from here. And I refuse to sit here and let the Indigenous continue to be mistreated and neglected. I see you. So, I don't mean to end this on such a serious note, but we need to start looking into this history. We need to start coming together in support of this population. It's not fair that we have people of Canada living in third world conditions in Canada. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So this is just my introduction video to many more videos that are going to be coming out in regards to this population of people and this culture. So next week I'm actually going to be doing residential schools, and I will give a trigger warning now. I will be going into detail, and it is going to make a lot of people very upset for the people that haven't looked into it. And I'm sorry, but that's what I'm here to do. I need you to feel what these people went through so that we can start to shift these ideas. Alrighty, well, I look forward to next weekend where we're talking about residential schools. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the love, all the support. Please get my messages out there. We need to start this, ripple effect where we need to hit the masses. So if you got a message to share, or if you have something that you want to say and you want to maybe own up to your part in this kind of stuff, make a video, do a shout out, get a trend going. We need to get this message out there. Awesome. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye.